announced over the month there's something new that's coming out.
So Walking Dead is returning or has returned. I don't care. But Scott Wilson, who played Herschel in season 2 through 4, he recently died, which is sad. He's one of the only people from The Walking Dead that I got a picture with when I went to a convention.
Oh, wow. Shit. What was his name?
Scott Wilson.
Just for reference.
Yeah. He played the head of the farm that they went to in season 2 of The Walking Dead.
That's sad. Was he? Oh, he was an older man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, an actor for a very long time. Yeah. But he's actually slated to return in this season of The Walking Dead, I assume in flashbacks.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I think that they did film some of the stuff for him, so I think that may still be happening. I'm not 100% sure.
That would be pretty cool, especially for the diehard fans, and the Walking Dead definitely has diehard fans. That'd be kind of a cool thing, yeah.
But I mean, probably half as many as it did last year, judging by the opening.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, the season premiere of season 9 did not go well. It was an all-time low for them.
Wow.
Is this the final season?
This is Rick's final season, but they will continue the show well beyond that. So the main character is leaving the show.
They're going to pickle Rick next year?
Yeah, exactly. They're just going to pickle him. And yeah, he'll be like the walker from season 2 that fell down the well that Glenn pulled up in half. So it'll be pickled Rick.
I don't understand anything that you guys are just talking about. I don't get any of the references. None.
No.
I'm so sorry, Tom.
It's okay. Believe me, I work with a bunch of people who like the big Seinfeld fans, and Austin is too. And that's all the people that watch Seinfeld do is make fucking references. So
it's like a language.
Yeah, so
it's like a whole language.
It is.
It's shorthand.
Yeah,
so there is a show called Rick and Morty, and in season 3, the main character, a mad scientist, turns himself into a pickle. His name is Rick.
What was it? It was something
One
stupid
of the lines
too,
from it is
to avoid going to something. I can't remember what it was.
Therapy. It was family therapy. So he turned himself into a pickle, and there was no way he could get out of it except that he'd set a timer with an antidote that was hovering over him, and his daughter figured it out, and he had to spend the whole episode as a pickle and figure out a way out of that. So it was, I mean, honestly, it's a fantastic episode of Rick and Morty. You need to watch Rick and Morty, Tom. That's next on your list.
What a fucking weird concept.
It is
the whole thing. That's what makes
much
it so
worse
great.
than that. That is a fairly tame episode comparatively.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Okay.
That show deals with a lot of existentialism, which is interesting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's all good. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never lied to you guys. I'm probably not going to watch this show. I'm just saying.
You should. Come on, it's on
guys,
Hulu.
It seems really weird. Weird.
It's a half hour.
Just saying.
You'd like it.
Okay.
You'd like it a lot.
Well, did you ever watch, what was it, Dexter's Lab?
Yeah, I did a little bit.
It's kind of like that before adults. And a lot more fucked up.
I guess that show wasn't for adults now that I think about it. Okay.
No,
okay. All right. Fine. All right. Well, thank you so much there, Kevin, for your update.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course. If, and you should, listeners, they want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find everything that I do and that the other guys on the Nerdy Things podcast do at nerdythingspod.com. You'll find links to our podcast, the Nerdy Things podcast, our other podcast, Everything is Fine, and updates for everything else that we're doing outside of that.
Very good. Yeah, you guys are busy. You guys are very busy.
We try.
Oh, good. Keeps you out of trouble, right?
That's what I tell everyone.
Yeah, I find myself in trouble all the time, and I keep myself plenty busy these days. It's weird. It's weird how that works. Well, very cool. Definitely check them out. They're great. I should really know more about this stuff because I listen to your show. So it boggles my mind that my brain just doesn't retain this sort of information. I don't know. It's really weird.
Well, you've heard me talk about it. I can't keep names straight anymore. It's reaching that point where I just don't know what I'm doing.
That's the age. It's the age, Kevin. Thanks, Kevin. We will talk to you soon and have you back on next month to update us on Halloween specifically.
Sounds great.
All right, cool. Let's take a break. And when we come back, it is time to bring back my favorite segment of all time. Oh my God. I'm not going to say the word until we start the segment, though, because I have a special way to do it today.
Spare it for now.
We'll be right back.
Hey, listener. Dutch here from Voice from the Underground, the podcast. My co-host and I want to invite you to check out our little corner of the podcast verse. At Voice from the Underground, we talk about all the crazy happening around us and try to make a little bit of sense out of the nonsense with little to no results. If the idea of hearing three semi-intelligent, outspoken nerds talk about politics, social issues, current events, sports, movies, pretty much anything that we decide to talk about because, well, it's our show, appeals to you, grab your shovel and come on down to the underground, and then consult a qualified psychotherapist. Find us wherever you get your podcasts, just not where you buy your weed.
Voice from the Underground.
Austin?
I have been dreading this the whole episode.
Austin!
What, Tom?
I am so excited. I'm so excited.
Clearly, because you can't hide it.
I can't, and I will not. I refuse. Do you have a drink? You're probably gonna need a drink. Do you have a drink?
Do, in fact, have a drink. Yes.
Get a drink because you're gonna need it. Tell us what your drink is while I just melt in excitement right now.
Well, I've rummaged around again in the refrigerator and found another bottle of Freaktoberfest. And so I figure I'm going to need that. I wish I had a shot of rum to put in it because I'm going to need maybe something stronger than 6.2%.
Yes, you are. And do you know why, Austin, you are going to need something that's stronger than 6.5% ABV? Do you know why?
Hold on. Let me just take a sip here. No, Tom, why?
You know, last week, Austin, we stopped one of our oldest segments.
Well, actually, technically, as far as the listeners are concerned, it was this week.
True, yeah, but that's our fault. Sorry about that. Hey, you get extra content.
Yeah.
By the way, good job with the with your episode again.
Oh,
you're getting really good at it.
Tom's a little worried.
Relieved more.
I have to say, though, apparently those videos of the Trump supporters really riled some people up.
Awesome. Good.
I've gotten quite a few comments about how
Good.
pissed them off. I was like, yes, that was the point.
Fuck them. How about that? Oh my God! It's time. I think it's time. Are you ready for this? Are you recording? We're recording, right?
I'm recording.
I'm checking my audio. I'm making sure everything's going good. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, just be quiet for a second. You know why, Austin?
Why, Tom?
Do you know what time it is?
Hold on, let me check my phone. Gotta unlock it. Let me see what time it is. I'm not really sure. Do you know what time system you're using? Are we doing
Eastern.
Military time? No, Eastern time?
Eastern. Yeah, Eastern.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's not popping up.
That's okay. I have it right here.
Do you know?
I do. You ready?
I think so.
It's
Wait, before you get into
time!
Damn it.
Woo!
I've avoided that for so long.
So excited right now. My favorite segment is back. It is Twitter time, the segment where we communicate with our listeners and our fans. And you make our segment for us because we're lazy. Woohoo!
That's a message I can get behind.
There you go. Oh, man, this is so good. It just brings me back to, like, when we're making double over great again. That's what we're doing here, everybody. Poll of the week.
Madauga? I don't know. It's a weird one. Right? That's what it is.
Madonga!
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my God. I'm tweeting it. Love it. Poll of the week. Will the Democrats take control of the House and the Senate? Now, because of a couple snafus here with the episodes being released and all that, kind of forgot to put this poll out, so it didn't get much traction because it was only up for one day. But the options were yes, House only, Senate only, or neither. So Austin, we've covered this a couple times on the show.
Yeah, so I think they know what my answer is going to be. But go ahead, ask it anyway.
Oh, I was going to ask if that's changed or not.
No.
So you think neither?
No, I think the House.
Just the House. So your vote's
But
only
I think
for
it's
the
going
House.
to be very close. Some people were expecting, a big shift, and I see I think they'll get it by maybe 3 or 4 seats, but it's not going to be much.
Okay. Well, that is the winner as well. Most people think it's just the House. It was a tie for neither and yes. Neither was shocking. I didn't think we were going to get as much traction for neither.
Well, I mean, they just keep fucking up, and we're only a month from less than a month.
I guess. I mean, there is a realistic possibility that they could lose the House, by the way. It's not a guarantee. Nothing's a guarantee, depending on who comes out to vote.
Well, they can't lose the House because they don't have it.
Well,
they could continue to be in the minority party.
They can't gain the House.
Yeah.
They can't gain the House is what that neither means there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There is a possibility that could happen, but
yeah.
I think it's unlikely. I'm still leaning on both. Believe it or not.
Really? Even after all of the... Okay.
I am. Because, Beto O'Rourke continues to get closer to Ted Cruz. That could be one that no one really expects. He's within the margin of error. And if that margin of error turns out to be in Beto O'Rourke's favor, which it could very well be, that's one Senate seat that no one expected to lose.
I know, but it looks like they're going to lose Heitkamp's seat.
Yeah, but Heitkamp is not really a Democrat, so I understand. I understand that that's losing a quote unquote Democrat, but
I mean, she's more of a Democrat than Joe Manchin.
Yeah, but that's not saying anything.
No.
So I don't give a shit about her, and she's going to lose. Apparently, she's down by like 20 points in the polls.
I know, but we weren't talking about whether we like them or not. We're talking about whether they're going to win the Senate.
True.
And without her, it's going to be very difficult.
That's a good point. I guess I'm just looking at ideology. I wasn't looking necessarily at party, but even though the question asks party. But yeah, I still, with that said, I still think that the Democrats could, but I do think the House is going to be one guaranteed.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah. I'm just curious how you see. I just don't see the path in the Senate. I don't see it.
I'm relying on statistics that I've been paying attention to of the previous elections this year, and one specific aspect: voter turnout. In so many cases, Democrats have been outvoting Republicans. If, like, let's say there's a seat for Democrats and Republican open, like there's an open seat, so there's no incumbent.
Yeah.
Democrats in red states are coming out to vote more than Republicans in certain spots, which the reason why I think that's important is because Democrats have always been famous for not showing up until the general elections. And the fact that they're showing up in the primaries tells me that there's going to be a overwhelming amount of Democrats and young voters that are not part of these polls because they're just not. And that's going to go overlooked. And I think that if the young voters come out the way that they might and they probably should, I think there's just going to be a lot of those close races that are going to go Democratic. Huh. And you only need a couple to flip. And then, like I said, you have a couple random ones like Beto O'Rourke could end up winning. And there's other ones as well. So in my opinion, I think there's a good chance.
All right. Well, we'll see.
It just depends on voter turnout. And if Democrats or young people in specific come out to vote, they can easily do this. It's not unrealistic at all. If the Republicans had like 6 more seats than the Democrats, I would say, yeah, that's not happening. But it's only 2. That's not impossible.
Okay. I was
So-
saying it's going to be tricky.
It is. It is going to be tricky, but I'm just saying it's very
just 'cause-
possible.
Well, the thing is that most of the people up for re-election are Democrats, so
Right. But it's not necessarily those that I'm focusing on. It's the ones that are running again